Hi there, Andrew Caressi's here with Audio Bro. In this video, we're just going to go into how to set up Symphony Series string ensemble for your particular template. I found there's generally two types of approaches. One is to just load the patches as is and assign the key switches you want according to your setup. And the other is actually to not use key switching that much and to load separate individual patches for each articulation. But before we get into that, one tip I have for you is most people like to automate controls with their own continuous controllers. Even though the dynamics is already assigned to the mod wheel and the expression to CC11, you can assign the attack, release, brightness, speed, auto DVC on and off. Even these channels here, any of these knobs, you can assign those to your own CCs. So what I would recommend is to load up a patch, for example, the cellos, and just once say, okay, you know what? I'm going to assign the speed to CC83. There you go. I'm going to assign attack to CC111. And I'm going to assign auto DVC on and off to CC112, something like that. And then what I'll do is I'll say, okay, every time I load a patch, I want it to have these CC assignments. I don't want to have to do it every time. I don't want to have to reassign all my CCs every time I load a patch. So I just go in and say save as, so this one, and I might put, AK, my initials, CCs. And there. Now what I'll have is I'll have a AKCC's version that every time I load it, it will already have all these CCs assigned to their respective controls. Now the other thing I want to get into is perhaps loading these patches as empty template starters. A good way to do this would be to go into the articulations and on every articulation just choose none. And what this will do is this will purge all of the sounds from your memory. So every time you load a patch, you will load up a blank patch, basically a blank canvas, that you can then load with any particular articulation you want. This is ideal for those people who like to have one patch per articulation. I tend to work that way myself, but I understand a lot of people like to use key switching, and so we've included both. But for the people who like to use single instances for each articulation, this would be a good way to do it. Once you've done all of that, then what you can do is you say, save this one as empty. And now, every time you load this patch, it will come in empty without any articulations. And you can say, you know what, on this one, I just want to have legatos. And it will load up the legatos for you, and that's it. Or you can say, I want it to have spiccatos, and it will load up just the spiccatos. So this will save you some RAM, and it will give you an easy way and a quick way to load up patches with your controllers already assigned to your various controls so that you can save time in creating your template. The same kind of idea applies to the mixes. If you have a certain mix that you would like to have loaded when you load up a patch, save it with the mix you want. So just say, you know what? I'm going to have this patch saved as just like this, but maybe I'll add close to it. And then you add the word close and you save it. This way you can always revert back to the original patch that came with the library. And you'll also have your specific customized patches that suit your basic needs. Again, this will go apply to all of these too. You can load patches just with one DVC or another DVC or all cellos. So I found this to be a very helpful way to get your templates up and running quickly without having to remap all your controls and reload all your samples every single time. You can save it the way you want it, and then in the future, load it that way so you're ready to go. All right, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for listening. Take care.